Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston, and we're shooting the news today. Big Daddy Bandai, that's a tongue twister, has blessed us with the just most content that we could have for news this week. They had a big distribution event on Wednesday that talked about a bunch of cards and stuff that they're coming out with, including a new game that we might check in on as we get more information. Before we jump in, we have a post on the community channel on our page calling out for deck lists. Send us over your set 1 deck list. If you're playing set 2, send us over your set 2 deck list. We want to make a community-oriented Meta Monday style video. If that sounds interesting to you, you can either leave it in a comment or hit up that post and send us over your deck list so that we can get your deck list into a video. Now let's jump into the news. Cards that they released. This is on the One Piece Twitter. We got our first look at Starter Deck Pudding. Starter Deck Pudding has the effect of, on play, look at 1 life card from the top of your or your opponent's life and put it either on the top or bottom of the life area. This is very similar to the Katakuri effect, which only has the additional idea that he gets to gain rush after that. So that's interesting that they gave a very similar effect to the SR as they did to a common and the 2K counter. It's very interesting. Moving on from Pudding, let's see, what do we have? We have the triple leader announcement. This was also in that distribution event. We're actually going to pull up some of the stuff there as a video from YouTube so we can show you the cool stuff. But let's first jump into Arlong. He's green yellow, 4 life, 5k, normal dual color stuff. His effect is when Tuodon is attached and he attacks, you pay 1, play 1 cost 4 or lower character with trigger from your hand. That's super interesting. It is kind of expensive having 2 Dawn attached plus paying 1 that's a 3 Dawn effect. I think a lot of 3 Dawn effects that we've seen don't get played very much. It's the Sakazuki and the blue crocodile don't get as much play when they're very expensive effects to get played. This is also dual color, and it will be a 7k attack, but it's still seems very interesting and limiting. But we'll have to see how much trigger is actually in the Arlong pirates and the yellow. This is going to be able to take advantage of the Big Mom's pirates, where we're assuming a lot of their character cards are going to be trigger cards. Moving on to Rob Lucci. He is a black leader, 5 life, 5k power. On your turn, once per turn, you may discard 2 cards from your hand. When your opponent's character is KO'd, put this leader to active. This is another leader that we've seen effects like this before. I believe the Sakazuki is the starter deck black leader, is a discard to activate effect. We also saw the Odin that is a discard to activate effect. It's not very exciting to see that trend because we want the CP9 stuff to be exciting and good, and if their leader is going to be less exciting because it's following the trend of effects that don't get used very often, it's probably not going to get used. You'll probably get a lot of the CP9 stuff being thrown into Smoker or Zed. Moving on to Katakuri. Katakuri is yellow, 5 life, 5k power, Big Mom pirates. 1 Dawn, when attacking, look at up to 1 life card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and put it either on the top or bottom of the life area. Then this leader gains 1000 power. This is the same as his on-play effect for his SR. So we're seeing a lot of that same thing, same as Pudding. If I'm reading everything correctly, that's the same effect. That's the 3rd time we've seen it. We can assume that a lot of the stuff is going to end up that way. We'll probably also get a lot of triggers to work with this. I think we saw comments on the video from last week or the week before saying that Yellow's going to have a lot of trigger effects, and that's why the Katakuri is good. Totally agree. We also want to see maybe an on-trigger play for Cracker. That's the guy that Luffy fought in the woods as a blocker that comes out of life as a blocker would be super cool. Super love that idea. I think that's super exciting to see and look forward to. Moving on, we do have the Nami with Arlong Pirates. Something that after we shot news a few weeks ago, I was watching it back and I went, of course there's going to be a Nami. This is going to be a rare from set 3, and it has trigger. So we're seeing that effect come up with the Arlong Leader. This is a green trigger card, 2 cost, 2k power. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal 1 East Blue, that's new, type card other than Nami, add it to your hand. Return to the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. Trigger, play this card. So that's super interesting. Nami's getting another searcher, so it just seems like we're throwing Nami into the forever searcher. I can't wait to see a Nami that is more aggressive. Maybe a Wano style Nami, especially end of Wano. Spoilers, she gets kind of great at, I think she's much more of a fighter than she was back in the day. So I can't wait to get an actual fighter Nami. But East Blue, I believe, is new. I don't remember seeing anyone with East Blue up to this point. So that's probably going to be where Arlong hits. We might get Luffy's from the East Blue that this would work with. But I'm assuming this is going to be the Arlong Crew Searcher, and we're going to get a lot of Arlong Pirates that are green to boost that. And now the other card on screen is Pero Spero. It is an SR. I believe it's the second SR. No, it's actually a set SR. That's super cool that they released a set SR for yellow this early. And we gotta love Perorin. His effect, he is a yellow, 3 cost, 5k power. That's a pretty significant character with an effect. On KO, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal 1 Big Mom Pirate type card, add it to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. Normal. Trigger, of course. You may discard 1 card from your hand to play this card. Interesting that it has a cost associated with it. We've seen a lot of trigger play this card. The Nami is a trigger play this card. But normally trigger play this cards are vanillas. From my recollection off the top of my head, this is their top 3 searcher, which is a little less than a normal search, which is usually top 5 with Momo and Jewelry Bonnie and all of the Namis. But Big Mom's doing other things. She's looking to life. So we're probably getting a little bit of a less large search because of that. Moving on, deck boxes that they're releasing. And now on to another announcement that they had in that same video. It was just jam-packed. We'll try to link the actual video in the description so that you can watch it. This is 2 new starter decks. They're calling them sides. You can see it in the image here. It says side Monkey D. Luffy and side Yamato. I believe I can jump right here. Yep, that came up perfectly to the One Piece website that has a little bit more information, not much. All it's saying is that it's a character-themed starter deck, and it is an offensive deck. And the Yamato, it says the same thing, and it's a defensive deck. It has a launch date of March 25th, and a little bit of a different build from the ones that we've seen. I believe we get 17 types in normal starter decks, and this is going to be a 15 type deck. So a few less cards options, but I do believe it's still 50 cards. So it's just going to be a little bit more of a concise deck. Probably a couple more 4-ofs than we're used to in the normal starter decks, and that goes the same for Luffy. Moving on. Wow, that event was wild. We have the Yamato art and a full beast form Momo. Just gorgeous art. This is so like Dragon Ball to me. Moving on, I can't remember this guy's name. He was the bandit that kidnapped Luffy when he was a kid. Here is a Luffy on a Mary, I think. Yeah, that's the card art for the box. And then we have Laboon with, it looks like the end of that little mini section episode of Laboon's story with the Straw Hat Crew painted on his head. Super interesting to see Laboon. I wonder how they're going to put that character into a card. It's most likely going to be a character card. It'd be really funny if it was a leader. It looks like it's coming from the starter deck, so it's probably a character card part of that starter deck. It'll be super interesting to see what they do with Laboon. If it's going to be the Searcher, it'd be interesting. I'm not sure. We have a playmat with the art from set 2 on it, an acrylic card holder that they're selling. These are going to be sleeves, so that's the SR. I believe it's going to be an SR Katakuri from set 3, and the Yamato that we're seeing in the side starter deck. And this is another huge announcement. This is new tournament promos for their feature events. We currently have this style art with the arrows on the premier one of's leader Luffy card. And this is the Zoro for Rush Zoro from set 1 and the draw blocker starter Queen. And we will jump into what those look like right now. This is the video that I've been talking about. And look at the holo on that card. Everything is shiny. The arrows are the holofoil that we're getting in that Luffy promo, the tournament promo. That's a great frame to show the framing is hollow. We have the hockey showing hollow. What an incredible looking card. While we're at YouTube, we might as well show something that I haven't seen anyone talking about. The Twitter hasn't posted it, but this is a special leader that they're coming out with. This is the Rob Lucci leader, and it has gold holofoil that is pearlescent or rainbowy. He should tilt it. There we go. He's tilting it now. But it's a special leader that they're just talking about. Super interesting that they're giving leaders a different art style for some special rares. I wonder if this is going to completely replace the full frame manga arts for leaders. Time will tell what exactly they're going to do with that. Moving on to art, this was just a Twitter post. We have Marco, the Phoenix in a hybrid form. Just more incredible art coming out of this game. Super excited to see it. And then the man himself, Caesar the Clown. This is probably the youngest Caesar that we've seen in art from the first arc that he's seen. So we're going to probably get some more Buggy Pirates. I'm assuming this is an alt art rare or an alt art SR. Him sitting in a room of treasure. So cool. I hope this card is good so that we can get more Buggy Pirates and rep those Buggy Pirates. Finally, let me just do this for us.
Fukuoka.
The Fukuoka tournament just happened. It was another championship series, and we have our second place Kinemon, and finally on top, Kid himself getting his first big tournament win. We are going to review these decks in Meta Monday, so come by tomorrow and check those out. Other interesting things that are happening in the world of One Piece. On the English website, they have a Welcome to One Piece card game. This is for your new players if you want to get your friends interested. Besides sending them over to us, send them over to the official website so that they can get a look at what's going on in this game. Here, let's scoot this over a little bit. All the information about the card game that you already know and love is on this website, talking about the card types, talking about the different rarities and the type of art they're doing. Super cool way to introduce new players to the game. If you want to get your friends interested by showing them the art and what the cards are, and just hyping up the game for your friends so that they'll jump in and enjoy this game with you. This is a cool way to get people started. You can also funnel us to us. We have a lot of intro videos. If you want to get more interesting and descriptive videos about the One Piece card games, let us know in the comments. But I believe that's everything I had prepared for news this week. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more One Piece TCG content, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. You know what to do. You're on YouTube. And until next time, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.